Good evening. This is Mya Duboyce with the Mya Duboyce Podcast. I just want to share some things with you this evening that are very, I feel like, important in my life, and why I kind of stand for what I stand for, and also just using some examples in my life. Number one is just having life insurance on my kids, and how important that is, and how important it is to have a pain point. And one of the things that I want to talk about is what would preparation look like for your family and what pain could it prevent? Basically, with my family, for an example, um, back about probably 5 years ago, I used the knowledge I have and got my dad a policy with Transamerica. And of course, at the time, he was like, I need more insurance. I need this. I need that. And in the research of doing it, and less than 6 months later, of course, life issues happen. Okay. It did prevent us from having to go with a guaranteed issue policy. Now, again, I just want to reiterate it's preparation. Yes, preparation isn't fear, it's faith in action. So, what could your family be protected if you planned ahead? Again, my protection, my sister's protection, my brother's protection is having things paid off if something happens to my dad, the house being paid off, different things like that. I also want to refer to 1 Timothy 5 and 8. But if any provide not for its own, and specifically for those of its own household, has denied the faith, and in worse, an infidel. Basically, what this scripture is saying is that it's backing up why you should be prepared, why you should be prudent. If you look back on preparation, okay, preparation, the definition of it is the act of getting ready, planning, and arranging something in advance, as well as the state of being prepared, readiness. And so, as we talk about life insurance, as we talk about what it is, how to help your family, okay? Also, in talking about prudence, the prudence is the ability to govern oneself through practical wisdom and exercise action in foresight and good judgment to manage risk and resources effectively. So, as you're thinking about what life insurance would mean for you, mean for your kids, mean for the next generation that's coming up, again, I want to point out another scripture. Um, Proverbs 13:22. A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous. Okay? Again, this is just scripture backing what an inheritance means. And with life insurance, you can leave an inheritance. You can leave things that are maybe not protected. Okay. Say, for instance, like for me, I own a house. And in owning that house, if something were to happen to me or happen to my husband, I would want my kids to be able to have the inheritance of the house, whether it be for, say, for instance, for 6 months. Then they can make the decision to be able to either sell it, or if one of them wanted to stay in the home and have that payment. Again, these are things that, if you've already got a policy, please make sure that it's the correct policy. It's something that you want. I can't stress enough in life of how important it is to go back and look over your policy, look over the information, and make sure it's current. You might not have a beneficiary that you currently are speaking with. Changing that beneficiary. If you have a work policy, making sure that your family has that policy, they know where to find it, how to get it. Those are things that are very important when it comes to not only the end of life, but those taking care of you prior to, okay? Because there's certain things with life insurance that protects on this side of the earth, okay? It could possibly have something that, for instance, if you became disabled, and it gives you a percentage of the policy to where you're able to get taken care of. I just want to remind you, there is a website out there that is called funeralocity.com. It also gives you the options to go in and choose your state. This helps you to know if you have enough. Say, for instance, you were planning on a burial and you only had $5,000. You would go in and you would be able to see what and how much you would have. For instance, looking at your current state, maybe there's some additional that needs to be added. Contacting your agent, things like that, that is just important in life as you be able to be prepared and be prudent as to what is to come. If you are watching this live, thank you for watching with us. If you're watching this on the replay, please hit replay. I can connect with you if you would like. If you have any questions or anything that I can answer, please again reach out to me. If you hit R, I will reach out to you. If you have a question, you can reach me here every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thank you, and you have a great evening.